Hi, I'm Jason. I'm here to show you how to make donations through allAware. So I'm logged in using my test account, and I'm going to open Luke University Alumni, which is the fictitious college alumni group I use for demos. And I'm going to click on Wallet right up here. Now in Wallet there are three sections: Make a Donation, Fundraisers, and Pay a Bill. For this demo I'm just going to talk about Make a Donation. One point I want to make clear is your organization has complete control over the images, the text, and the amounts shown in the donation section. In fact, all the wallet sections. Now, we support two kinds of donation options for organizations. Donations that are for fixed amounts, like $15 and $50, and then we have these that don't have an amount. Those are called variable donations. And the idea behind those, if your organization chooses to use them, is these can be micro donations. For small amounts, allow members to make a small donation while at the same time sharing a special event with the community, or sharing an inspired thought, or honoring both past and present members. Alright, so you see how this works? I'm going to make a donation right now. I'm going to click on one of the variable donations, and the organization set the minimum amount at $2. I can increase that if I want. I select my funding source. Now the first time I make a donation, I'm going to have to put in a credit card, but from then on I can just select it from this drop down, and I can also add additional cards. You can also use a PayPal Express checkout if you want. I have the option of adding a message, and we have these quick starts, ideally designed for the mobile phone user because typing can be tedious on a mobile device, but we found they're great for everyone because it reminds people of things they could say. So I'm going to say, congratulations Mike on coming in 8th at the marathon. If you remember from a news tutorial earlier, there was an article on Mike who came in 8th at a marathon. Now notice there's an anonymous option here. We'll come back and look at that in a moment. I'm going to click OK. It's doing a real-time transaction right now. It takes about 4 to 6 seconds to process. Once it is successful, I'll get a confirmation notice right on the screen. In addition, I'll get an email receipt, and in the account section, under transactions, there's a log of all the transactions I've made through the system, which I can also export. So there's my online confirmation notice. Now I'm going to click on chats now, and that's because by default, whenever someone makes a donation, it's mentioned in chats, and organizations can turn that off if they want. But what we found and organizations have found is by keeping that enabled, they've seen an increase in donations, because when members see other members making donations, they're more likely to make a donation. But organizations can turn that off if they want. It includes the message that I typed, who made the donation, and the picture. It never shows the amount that was donated. It does show the picture so people know if it was a variable donation or if it's a fixed one. Now I'm going to go back to Wallet, make a donation, and now we're going to make an anonymous donation so you can see how that works. Selecting my funding source, I'm going to add a message. I'm going to say, in memory of Jacob Ledbetter. If you remember from the news tutorial, he was the alumni member who passed away, and I'm going to make that an anonymous donation. Again, real-time transaction, about 4 to 6 seconds. It will get posted in the chat section, but in this time, instead of showing who donated it, it will show up as anonymous. It will include the message that I typed as well as the image. Now we also support recurring donations, and you can't make a recurring donation with a variable one, but you can make a recurring donation with a fixed donation. We'll look at that in just a moment. So under chats, there's my anonymous donation, memory of Jacob Ledbetter. It came from anonymous, and there's the picture. Now staff members who have the right access will know who actually made the donation, because they need to know that sometimes for tax reasons, and sometimes they have their own internal process for how to handle anonymous donations. To make a recurring donation, select a fixed donation icon. So let's say I'm going to do $50, and I can say, well, this is a one-time donation. I can also say make it once a week, every other week, or once per month. So I'm going to do this once per month. I'm going to select an end date. I select my funding source. I can add a message. I can choose to be anonymous. It's all up to me. And that's how you would make a recurring donation, by picking a fixed donation amount and choosing how often you want it made and for how long. Now in account, we have these two sections here, recurring donations and transactions. Transactions shows all the transactions I've made through the system, and I can export that. And in this test account, I've made a lot of test donations. And in recurring donations, that lists out all the active recurring donations that you have, and you can cancel those when needed. All right, and that's how you make donations through allAware. And I just want to add that, you know, especially with the mobile app, that this is very powerful for you, the members, because when you do have that moment of inspiration where you feel like you want to make a donation, you can just take out your smartphone and make it. Very little work needs to be done on your part. And the problem that most of us face is we feel inspired, we want to make a donation, and then we can't do it until we get home. We have to find a checkbook, a stamp, an envelope, and then it becomes a work item when we put it off, and then sometimes it just doesn't get done. So the idea is this makes it very easy for you to make donations when you do and feel inspired to. Alright, that's how you make donations. I hope you found this useful. Thank you.